Hello everyone, my name is Ayomide Emmanuel Agbola. Welcome to my SQL learning documentary. In my last video, we talked about having, and I showed us how to use alias in one of my videos too. I said the keyword for alias is AS. And all of us know what alias means in a plain English. It means renaming something, giving someone another name. For instance, as I am, Ayomide is my name. Some people call me AY, some people call me Ayo. So that's an example of alias. The same way it is in our real world is how it is also in SQL. And I explained that it helps us to rename columns to more readable names. It helps us to rename tables to shorter, cleaner names. It helps us to make our result easier to understand. It makes long queries easier to write. We understand how to make a long query easier to write in our next video when we start our join. And it is a way of renaming something, like I said, just to give it another name rather than the normal name. So the question we are going to be looking at in this video is to write a query that rename the following columns: BOID to business owner, highest education to education, transaction to total transaction, that I shorten to TNX. So we want to rename all these ones to a new name. And to do this in SQL, the only way we can do it is through alias, by giving it another name. And we will start our query with checking the original name in our table. We are going to return the original name in our table and also return the alias so we can see how these things work. So what we have in the question is we have BOID. The next one is highest education. Highest education is the next column we want to check with our question. And the next one is transaction. Transaction column. Yeah, from our BO's table. That's what we have been using. From our BO's table. Okay. Now we are going to run it to check our normal headers in the table, the number column that we have. Now we have our result to be BOID, highest education, and transaction. These are the normal column names that we recorded in our database. These are what I want us to see first before we proceed to the alias. Can we see that we have the normal names in our return? We have the normal BOID, we have the highest education, and we have the transaction. So those are the things that we have in our normal table in our database. Now, we will now go further to look at the alias. We are going to rename them according to what we have in the question. To rename BOID to business owner. To rename highest education to education. To rename transaction to total transaction, total TNX. And to rename the keyword is what? AS, as. AS, BOID as business owner. That's what we are going to rename BOID to. Rename it to business owners. We have it in the question. That's the first column to rename to business owner. And the next one to rename is education. We are to rename highest education to education. And the next one to rename also is total transaction, total TNX. We are going to rename all these also and check if it changes in our result. Now, in our result now we have business owner. We have changed BOID to business owner now. Highest education has changed to education, and total and transaction has changed to total TNS. Can we see that business owner, we now have business owner, we now have education, and we now have total TNX. So I'm sure we understood all this, and we know how and why we are using alias in SQL. I will see you all in my next video. Thank you very much.